From velvety Pinot Noir to elegant Chardonnay, come and explore Burgundy's wine region with us. On our last stop in France, we went deep into the heart of the country to explore the beautiful region of Burgundy. Known for its amazing wines and medieval towns, we felt like Burgundy was a hugely underrated spot. The wine here was just delicious. The people of Burgundy have been making wine for almost 2,000 years and they certainly know what they're doing. Aside from all of the first-class wineries that we had the chance to visit, the region's capital, Dijon, was so worth a visit and had such cute architecture. The countryside was also just spectacular, with vineyards dotted amongst the rolling hills and picturesque villages.
Château Sainte-Sabine is a 16th century castle, which was a great spot right between Dijon and Beaune on the banks of the Burgundy Canal. We were super excited for our stay high up in the spire of the castle in our warm and charming room. In addition to the beautiful restaurant and bar which enjoys panoramic views over the surrounding valley and medieval village of Châteauneuf, this was also a great location to base ourselves right in the centre of the wine region.
Good morning. So we just woke up in Burgundy. We drove from Saint-Tropez yesterday. It was a very long drive.
Very, very long drive. It was meant to be, about a 5-hour drive, but because it was a public holiday on the Friday in France, a lot of people had gone away for the weekend, so we're coming back on the Sunday, and what was meant to be a 5-hour drive ended up taking us well over 8 hours, so it was unexpectedly a lot longer in the car than we'd hoped, but we got to our beautiful chateau and checked in, had a nice dinner, and now we're doing a self-driving tour of 3 different vineyards around Burgundy.
I love it already. It is super cute, has a really medieval vibe. We only got here last night, but I'm just in love. It's so beautiful.
Winery numero uno on the self-drive tour.
Domaine Ardery, it was beautiful, the wine was delicious, and I think it might be the cutest chateau that we've seen. It's a domain, not a chateau.
Domain, but the grounds are incredible as well. Like all the chateaus here, we just don't have this history in Australia, and these beautiful properties, so I'm very jealous.
It was one of the better wine tasting experiences that we've done. It was really personalised and it was one-on-one, and it was a bit different. We didn't do the tour of the barrel rooms or anything like that, but there was a lot of explanation about the Burgundy area and the different classifications.
Winery number 2, Dos.
Our second stop was Château de la Crée in Châteauneuf. We had a really great tasting here, and we got to walk through the super rare Premier Cru vines. Beaune is a charming town in the heart of the Burgundy wine region. Beaune is otherwise known as the wine capital of Burgundy. We felt transported back in time with this town's super impressive and well-preserved medieval architecture. The town has a bustling centre with many cosy cafes and plenty of shops to browse.
Between our wine tours, we've just stopped off in Beaune, which is one of the main central towns within Burgundy, one of the bigger towns, but such a gorgeous place. And we went to the Hotel Dieu, which is an old hospital for the poor established in the 15th century.
Still in use. It's super interesting. It's got really traditional Burgundy architecture, and the town itself is really medieval, lots of cute cafes and really leafy streets.
We're walking really quick and puffed out because we're running late for our next wine tour, so
we'll see you there.
On our way. Winery number 3, it's got a lot to live up to after the first two, so hopefully it's just as good, if not better. Château Chamirey. Here we go. Our final stop of the day was Château de Chamirey, a historic castle and winery in Mercury. Owned by the de Villiers family, it has been producing high-quality wines for generations. The estate has 37 hectares of Premier Cru vineyards, with the wines known for their elegance and finesse. But even without the wines, this chateau had already blown us away with its incredible views over the town of Mercury. We're in Dijon, chock full of food after a massive lunch. Dijon's well known for its food, so I had a nice beef bourguignon. And yeah, a Caesar salad that we shared, but it was both delicious. It's also known for its snails and, of course,
Mustard.
Dijon mustard, which there's so many little Dijon mustard stores and so many varieties of mustard as well, which I didn't know about. So it's a nice little town, and we're enjoying our walk so far, so we'll see what else we come across.
More than just my favourite type of mustard, Dijon's Old Town was such a wonderful place to spend a day and had so much to offer in terms of history, culture and gastronomy. We spent about 5 hours wandering through the narrow streets of the Old Town and admiring the well-preserved medieval and Renaissance architecture. The picturesque half-timber houses and quaint cafes made this such a unique and charming spot.
I know we thought Beaune was cute yesterday, but walking through these streets of Dijon, some of these streets are just incredibly gorgeous.
I don't even know how old these homes are, but they have to be some of the oldest houses we've ever seen.
There's the real French feel, but then there's also like the medieval feel of the
Yeah,
ones
it's kind
that
of
sort
like you can feel the Swiss German influence here because we're quite close to the border. It's really cool.
Super interesting. So you can see some go past in the background there. But yeah, it's just certainly worth visiting. We're tossing up whether to sort of come to Dijon because we're running out of time, but we're so glad that we did. We've had great food and walking through it's just so gorgeous.
Dijon's Owl Trail was a great way to see the city. You just follow the little gold owls throughout the city and you are treated to a 22-stop walk throughout the historic centre of Dijon. Châteauneuf was just around the corner from our hotel, so we couldn't resist popping into this charming town. The streets were absolutely adorable and the town itself was built around its impressive namesake, Châteauneuf.
We are in the town of Châteauneuf, which is a super cute hilltop town just near our accommodation. And we're also in Châteauneuf, which is the chateau of the town. It was built in the 12th century by a very powerful lord who wanted to build a new castle for his son, and that is why it means new castle, Châteauneuf.
We decided to fit in one final winery called Domaine Montmain in Haute-Côte-de-Nuit. This winery was unique for producing age-worthy Chardonnay that you could cellar for up to 20 years. We did a wine tasting in their wine cave, which was interesting because they offered both white and red wines from a variety of terroirs. So we have just arrived at our final dinner in France, and oh my goodness, what a spot. It's in a converted abbey. It's an abbey called De La Bussière. There's 2 Michelin restaurants here, one more formal and one more casual. We've opted for the casual one. It's in a converted chapel. It is just stunning. I'll take you for a little walk around the grounds.
We felt like Burgundy was hugely underrated and ended up being one of our favourite spots in France.
We loved the historic villages and cities of Burgundy and thoroughly enjoyed our first ever stay in a chateau.
The Burgundy wine region is a great alternative to Bordeaux that should be at the top of every wine lover's list.